turned on. Recording.
After we close out the go back to this screen, we play about 6 seconds before we talk and everything. We'll shut down the screen.
We are a go. We're going to go live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Bravado Wireless Basketball Media Days up here at the Bravado TV studio. And joining us now is the Fort Gibson Tigers. And we have Coach Todd Dickerson in his second year at Fort Gibson, Josh Wimmer and Andrew Storrs, both senior guards, going to join us. Coach, thanks for coming up, taking time out of your Saturday to come up here.
You bet.
And so, Coach, in your second year, and I mean, you got the first year under your belt. Now, I know it was kind of a last-minute deal last year, but how do you feel? Do you feel a little bit better going into the second season now?
Yeah, a little bit better. We've got a big season ahead of us, so hopefully we'll be a little bit better.
Right, right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about, you come off a really nice 22-6 record last year, and you've lost a few kids, but you've got some really good kids coming back, a lot of talented kids.
Sure. We've got well, one with some experience, but they've all been around great players and had experience in some really good seasons in the past, so I think they'll pay off.
Right. All right, Josh, what are some of the expectations or goals you guys have set for this season?
I'd say we plan or to hope to make state this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys have had a really good run, the last few years, and that's an expectation that should be attainable, right?
Yeah.
Right. All right, Andrew. I've got to see you work your way up into this, and I mean, you've got to be pretty excited about senior season and kind of what are you looking for this season?
Yeah, well, it's ultimately to make it to state. We didn't get there last year, so it's kind of a motivation to do it this year.
Most definitely, because you walk in that locker room and see all those state tournament appearances and everything. Yeah. And folks, if you ever walk down there, they've got all the state tournaments on the wall down in the locker room, and that's motivation right there, isn't it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Most definitely, right? All right. So, Coach Dickerson, what are some of the goals that you've set down for the team and said, hey, this is what we need to accomplish this year?
Well, it's a day-by-day process, and we're going to try to get better each day. And first of all, we got to be competitive with the area teams if we're going to, like they said, try to make it to state.
Right.
We got to be competitive with our area teams, and then hopefully, come February, we'll be playing our best. Yeah.
And you guys have as tough a conference as anybody has, and yeah, you've got a monster of a conference to deal with. All right, Josh, who's the best ball handler on the ball club?
Best ball handler. We have a freshman point guard that's really good at ball handling.
Okay, who's that?
His name's Jackson Blunt.
All right. Andrew, I'm going to ask you, 1 second left in the game, game's tied. Who takes the shot?
It'd probably be Connor.
All right.
Coach would drop a play for Connor.
Right. All right. Yeah, he's kind of a sharpshooter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes? Yeah. All right, so who's the biggest trash talker?
Tommy.
I
think so.
Tommy French.
All right. Yeah, Coach over Dickerson's smiling. Yes, most definitely.
I think we all are.
Oh, yeah. Well, you've got to have a little bit of swagger, right?
Yes.
You've got to have a little bit of that, right?
It helps.
And Fort Gibson, it's a basketball school, huge basketball tradition, and, anybody ever comes in that field house, they know they're coming someplace to play. So, I'm a Fort Gibson alum. I understand that stuff, so I know how that rolls. All right. Who's the defensive glove?
I'd go with myself. I don't think anybody can score on me.
All right. I'm going to mark that down, Coach. I'm going to mark that down.
Okay, and, I will too.
All right, so we've got this recorded, so you can go back and if anybody scores on him, you can say, now what did you say back there in November?
That's right.
That's right. But I like the confidence, right?
Yes, sure.
I like the confidence.
He's senior. He needs to be confident.
That's right. He needs to say, bring it into my house because I'm going to stop you, right? Yeah. I like that. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, guys. You work your butts off in off season, you work your butts off in November, December, and then start rolling into playoffs little by little. Just what I've already asked you your goals, but what's your thoughts? Is it gold ball or state playoffs?
Gold ball.
Gold ball. It's got to be gold ball, right? Hey,
Send them high.
hey, you can get hot anytime. Coach Dickerson knows that as well as anybody. You can go in 500 and get hot.
Sure can.
And so,
Sure can.
all right, Coach, any last thoughts on this team before we get out of here?
Just looking forward to a great season. We've got a big season, but we've got some great kids, and I think they'll do very well.
You know, and that's one thing I will say. Fort Gibson, and we had the ladies here earlier this morning, and we've been every one of our teams have said great kids. But you know, I can speak kind of frankly. You know, I'm a Fort Gibson alum. My boys are sitting in another room playing on their computer with their Fort Gibson laptops. They go to Fort Gibson, has really good kids, really good structure, really good administration, really good coaches, and they don't just look at you and say, Josh, you didn't score 12 points, but so you're no good. They said, hey, as long as you worked hard and you're a good person, that's what matters. And that's what I love about it.
Sure.
You know, I'm very, very connected into that. And boys, I hope you remember that. It's not always about wins and losses. Be good people. You know that. You've got a good set at home that leads you right. So, Coach, I appreciate you guys coming up here. I wish you all the best of luck this season.
Thanks for having us.
Hopefully on some of our basketball shows we get you up here and we can talk about some runs and you know, no one's scoring on Josh whatsoever.
We'll do it.
So, you know, he's going to lock down that one side of the court and no one's going to get a shot off, right?
Correct.
I like it. Folks, go check out the Fort Gibson Tigers. You can look it up on their website, find out their schedule. Beautiful gym over there. Go cheer them on. These boys need your encouragement. They need pats on the backs. Win, lose, or draw, you know, pat them on the back. They work hard. They bust their tail. And I know Coach Dickerson's got them all pointed in the right direction. And they have a good foundation over there. If you're a Fort Gibson supporter, see what you can do. Help them out. Buy them dinner after the game when they're traveling. Get them some sandwiches. Get them some body wash, for goodness sake, so they don't run the coaches out of that locker room because they stink so bad. But in all good and fun, folks, just go support them. These kids need your support and growing up to be young men. So, folks, thanks for tuning in to Bravado TV for our Bravado Wireless Basketball Media Day. Stick around. Coming up, we'll have the Canadian Cougars, the Crowder Lady Demons, and somewhere we'll fit in the Hobart Lady Riders.